Earlier today, I received a question on the Evistr V508 and how it compares to the Evistr L36, these two recorders here. Okay. I thought the easiest way to do a comparison is to do it on a video here, and that should answer the question. So, what are some of the differences and similarities in these two? First of all, the size. You can see that the L36 is just a little bit shorter than the V508. Otherwise, they're the same. They're the same thickness, they're the same width, everything's the same. So, what else? The layout on the buttons here on the front, these, where's the light? These buttons here is the same. These buttons are a little different. On the L36, you can see it's a stop and a record, whereas on the V508, it's a menu and a back button. The buttons on the sides are also slightly different. They both have delete buttons. They both have reset buttons. The menu button on the L36 is on the side. This has a lock button, whereas this one, can you see it over on the other side here, over here, has an on-off switch. The V508 has a denoise, and that's the denoise on this side, and over here it has the storage location switch. On the L36, those are internal menu settings. Both have the ability to use an external lavalier mic, and in fact both come with the same microphone and the same set of earphones, and they have the settings on the back. The only difference is they're reversed on which side they plug in on. It's the only difference. As you may have heard, the cat just came in. Both take an SD card. Both have their microphones built in to the top. They're here, actually here and here, and under the grill on this one. And what else? The switches are on the outside. Storage location, I mentioned that. I do prefer the physical switches for the denoise and for the storage location. I do prefer having them on the outside rather than having them as menu choices. It's just a little more convenient. But I do prefer the layout of the controls on the L36. I much prefer having the record button here on the front than having it here on the side. I don't like the slide up switch. Never have. That's just a personal preference. The V508 does have a few extra settings that aren't available on the L36. It has an equalizer, a graphic equalizer, and it has a bookmark feature. I use them more for voice recording than for anything else, so I don't use those features. They may be important to you. I don't know. Another note of interest, you can use both units when they're plugged in charging. You can still record. While I was double checking that, I had the L36 plugged into a power bar, and when I tried recording, there was a lot of hum from the from the bar. When I plugged it into a regular wall socket with a regular charging adapter, one of these guys, there was nothing. It was fine. I'll give you a little recording comparison between the two units. It'll help you make up your mind. Okay? So we'll cut to that. Okay, so here's the L36. We will press record on that. I'm now recording into the L36. This is to give you a sound comparison with the V508. I now have the V508. We will press record. I am now recording into the V508. As you can see, it's in approximately the same position, same distance from my mouth. This will give you a comparison of the sound quality of the built-in microphones. As an additional test, I have now hooked the lavalier microphone into the L36. This is the lavalier mic that came with the system. So this will give you another point of comparison. Okay, so I've now transferred that same microphone to the V508. I now have the lavalier mic plugged into the V508, and you can see it's recording. This will give you a comparison on the sound quality using the lavalier mic. This is the same mic I just had plugged in to the L36. Overall, I've found both these recorders to be comparable. The V508 does have a couple of extra minor features which are good. I do like the external switches. But other than that, the differences are really quite insignificant. If I had to choose between the two, I really don't know which one I would take. Both have good quality recording, and that's the key thing. I do like the size of the L36 better. I like the buttons on the V508 better. It's a toss-up. All the features are available on the L36. They're just internal menu selections as opposed to external buttons. So it's not a huge thing. If I could only get the L36, I'd be quite happy. It's a very good recorder. I've had no issues with the L36. I've had a few minor issues with the V508, but nothing to be overly concerned about. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers the questions. Once again, thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, a like and subscribe if you haven't already done it would be greatly appreciated. I look forward to seeing you soon, and stay safe.